Hey, what's going on, guys? This is CBC, and I am back with another sub assistance. This is my man Ficiousss with triple S in the back. and um, this individual also changed with a lot of characters, so there was never, other than zero, there was always a switching of characters. So um, I will speak on a more of zoning and movement techniques that you were doing that I think you can do better. Um, that's also including if I see you are very familiar with a certain character, then I'll also speak on the behalf of that character, that individual too. So um, basically, this team, Captain America, Doctor Doom, and Hager, is a great zoning team. Um, if you can get in, then it shows me you know how to get around, because getting around Captain America's shield and the plasma beam, along with Hager's assist, is extremely difficult. And I don't know if you remember it, but you could probably notice a lot of times where I was probably doing a lot more shield throwing than I really needed to. There could be a lot of ground aggression I could be doing, but for the most part, this is all about, can you get around and how are you getting around it? From what I'm really seeing, you don't need to be always pressing that buttons all the time. I don't have any teleport characters and whatnot, so there was a lot of times where you actually could have, like basically just calm down a bit, because the game is too unforgiving. Even the slightest mistakes, they really reap too many punishments. One of the biggest things that I noticed when you're using Zero, using his normal jump air dash is a lot safer. You can't get grabbed, you can't get hit during that motion. But the trick that you actually want to do is just make it safe. Make your command air dash safe. When you're right before you do the commands, basically you'll be doing the motions. Call your assist. Call something else that during that time where you're flying fast through the corners, then you could use your attacking inputs in the end of it. Will you actually get an advantage in doing these kind of combos? There was, I wasn't too familiar how familiar you were with Wesker. The general motions of his moves and stuff, but I did notice a lot of dropped combos, so I'm not sure if this was a casual character of yours. Here's the thing. You're too aggressive. You gotta recognize that Hager's right out there. You gotta utilize more of your gun, but now we're on to Zero. You don't have the Ryu assist that you were using, which was great because you were actually doing good ways to relaunch your opponent. Which, I mean, it was me, of course. But I know that after you lock me down, there's not much you can do. I mean, you can always X Factor, but that burns your X Factor. Spider-Man, you can't do anything with Spider-Man. He can't help you out there. I believe his web ball can lock me in if you do it in enough time, but I'm not sure how the inputs work for that completely, especially because the way you're hitting them, they go in the air. Now, this is a good DHC. It's a real shame that they really downgraded Spider-Man's hyper. Making it a cinematic is actually a bad thing, and it's not even invincible towards projectiles anymore. Now, fighting Hager, you didn't do a bad job, but remember, Hager has to come to you. Everybody in this game has better mobility and better reach than Hager does. Sure, he's got the pipe, and sure, he's got some of the motion commands, but if you do it carefully, you can dodge it. Now, if I X-Factored earlier doing that risk, I would have died. I'm pretty sure you were able to X-Factor, and you didn't have to take this risk here. There was a lot of lag. I mean, we were playing from the Netherlands, which I was really surprised at how good our connection was, to be honest, because a lot of people I play from Europe and from Mexico and even from the States, connections are quite rough sometimes. Remember, I gotta come to you. When you're facing some Haggers, use your distance mobility. He's slow. Do some trickery. Do some mix-up games. I was contemplating whether I was gonna show the games when you were using Phoenix. The thing with that is, though, until you got to Phoenix, for both matches, well, the first one where you won the first match that we did right after this one, when you were using Phoenix, it was just a regular Phoenix win, and I don't know if you were 100% familiar with her, because I just saw a lot of TK shots and all that, and the next one, of course, was when I beat, I think it was Magneto and another character before I even got to Phoenix, and then you didn't have 5 meters, etc., she died. So I don't. I actually, I'm probably not gonna show it, cause just cause of what it is. And you did fall, yeah. So you fell on the overhead mix-up. It is hard to tell because the motion you just got up and you're unexpectedly getting up. Um, like I said, zero. At this, there were certain points where it was just getting too predictable. Um, like right there, you should have been expecting it. If anybody has did a hyper and they know it's going to be easily punished and they have another meter, count on them that they're going to DHC. Just believe it. It's something to make it safe, and you want to make sure you don't get punished for it because you got to be more wary and take care of Zero's health a lot more because you got to have more patience. But again, make sure you memorize your whether it's DHC combo or memorize your combos because Zero's a great character, but he's a very passive-aggressive character, and I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to do it, and this is going to be the end of it here when you get level 3. So, good matches, man, and we'll play each other sometime soon to see how you progress. Yeah, and just real quick, a couple of things I wanted to mention in addition before I ended this video was because there were so many changes in characters. I mean, I don't know if it's possible to be equally as good with like 9 or 10 characters with the synergy. It seems that I think well I'm more than confident that Zero is your best character. You got all his combos down and you know your relaunch setups with him, so it's good with that. I would suggest pick 3 to 4 characters that you're willing to alternate with, but as like a substitute. So one person's a window, in a reaction because there's so many situations where I knew you could have taken more advantage of me, but you couldn't because you didn't have the proper DHC, you didn't have the proper synergy, etc., etc. You didn't have your proper assist game. So a couple of quick notes just for you to remember, man. When you pick your team, make sure they have the proper assists. I usually do it like this. Whatever I say, obviously you could try to implement it in your game. Basically, make one assist for zoning, and then make one assist that supports your combos. Akuma uses Hadoken for picking up your character, but at the same time, that is a great zoning Hadoken. You short jump, call your assist, dash command. Makes it safe. Nobody wants to get hit by 100 damage just like that, and you got your rush. And focus on one more on a more of a single team because there's a lot of times where you could have had more damage done. You could have taken more advantage. So take that and press buttons. Just don't press it when guarantee I'm not gonna I can't automatically dash in front of you or instant teleport in front of you. Because a lot of times when you were just pressing buttons and I was above you, I come in with a heavy, launch you, and do a lot of damage to you. And Zero, he does not have a lot of health, so he takes one combo and he takes 600,000 damage, and he's got 200,000 left, and even accidental hits will kill him. So, and when you can, like I mentioned, which I'm seeing a lot of people do, safe DHC. Who cares about meter? Health is more important than meter. So, I hope this helps. Hopefully, you can watch yourself and see what you did, and then you look back and obviously you correct yourself and you improve. So. Message me if you got any more questions or if anybody's got more questions. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Take care and thanks everybody again.